Riffs are too repetitive, the lyrics make no sense. All the songs are B-sides and the cover art's a mess. There's so much here to tear apart. Listen to it for a week, now that week has passed. Here's Why I Hate This Album podcast with Tim and Garrett.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Why I Hate This Album, the show where we pick a song or album, listen to it for an entire week straight, and then come back here, tell you if we hate it and why. I'm one of your hosts, Garrett Harvey. With me as always, the Glenfiddich to my Glenlivet, co-host extraordinaire, Timothy Richardson. Tim, how are you doing?
Garrett, I'm not going to do this unless you do the goddamn American accent.
You know I sound absolutely ridiculous when I do it. I'm tired of it. It's hard on my throat.
Garrett.
Come on.
Garrett. People are not going to accept this.
I go out in the real
voice, you son of a bitch.
Fine. Just know I hate this.
Everyone does, but it's better than that other thing. Jesus Christ.
Some people say that sounds lovely. I don't think they're lying to make me feel better. I think people like my real voice. I hate this stupid American one.
Fine. I hate it too. It's terrible. It's the second worst voice on this show.
We are off to a terrible start. Original voice aside. Tim, how you doing?
Great, actually.
Well, that came out of nowhere. Honestly, I don't know how to reply to that. Good?
Yeah, it is good, Garrett.
Okay. I mean, what's got you in good spirits? How do we keep this going into the future?
Oh, well, Garrett, I've spent the past 2 weeks in lovely Vienna and to a lesser extent in goddamn Salzburg, a city that does not know how to drive or park, but it was on the whole quite wonderful, Garrett. I relaxed. I hiked around alpine lakes. I ate a bunch of pretzels and schnitzels and bratwurst. I met up with your Egyptian buddy. And Garrett, it pains me to say this, but I have to say, you were right. Center you don't down. Garrett, it is so easy on my arthritic thumbs.
I wish you would stop talking at least 2 sentences ago.
Garrett, one more thing. You'll be very pleased to know I was proactive. I got ahead with the accounting this year. You're going to be so thrilled. I prepaid every one of our tariffs. We are compliant. We do not have to worry about them for a while.
I don't know who you could have possibly given money to, but it was wrong. It was wrong. Don't you dare say the government or the tariff people. Honestly, the government would have been better. The tariff people. Come on, man. You know that sounds wrong.
You know I stopped before I said it.
Yeah, I'm here to pick up your tariffs. Oh, I've heard about these. How many do you need? Do you take credit cards? Yes, we do. Will 2 be enough? Yes. You have a good day, sir.
Yes.
Stop getting scammed. Stop getting scammed so easily. God damn it. Tim, what album have we been listening to for an entire 2 weeks straight?
We have been listening to Playboi Carti's Goddamn I Am Music, aka Music, released March 14th, 2025. And Garrett, I have to say, this album, this went into the hopper. It was recommended by Alyssa, aka Miss Sutton, on Instagram. Possibly on her actual wedding day, she took time out of the festivities to suggest this, and I have to say, fuck you, Alyssa.
Fuck you, lady.
Real dickhead.
God, she really pulled one over on us this week.
Yeah. Oh, it'll be fun. You'll love it. Don't worry. The songs are short. Ugh.
Yeah, but there's 30. Now, don't worry, good listener. We have the common sense to not try to subject you to 30 songs of Playboi Carti in one episode. Instead, it's going to be a 2-parter. And Tim, I gotta say, I am disappointed by that news.
Garrett, I actually have a suggestion I think that you'll actually enjoy.
I doubt it. I almost exclusively hate all of your ideas, but please lay it on me.
Let's not do the second half of this album.
Okay.
1 week, first half, then we'll never talk about Playboi Carti again.
Rule of 15 it. Interesting. I'm going to be really honest here, and I hate doing that. I was going to give it 6 or 7 songs and suggest the exact same thing. Tim, I absolutely cannot do this again.
How about this? Here's my proposal. Instead of doing another 15 songs next week, we gather these interns, we gather this fucking Gino. We gather Gino, and we take our revenge on Miss Sutton.
Oh boy.
Sorry. Let me explain what I mean. We track her down, we hide in the bushes, and then we do a series of pranks, to make her life slightly inconvenient.
Not moving all of her furniture 2 inches to the left.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'm down with this. This is a good idea. Most Most importantly, though, we cannot listen to the second half of this.
Right. But my point is, look out, Mrs. Sutton. Actually, you know what? It'll be airing. We've probably already begun our campaign of mild nuisance.
Yeah, nothing illegal about being a mild nuisance.
Yes.
There probably is. Anyway, okie dokie. Business out of the way, Tim. I think we've already spoiled the big opening, but let's do it just for the sake of ritual. After an entire week with half of Playboi Carti's I Am Music, aka music, really unclear which it is. Tim, do you hate this album?
Oh yeah, Garrett. Yeah, I do. I think, honestly, just looking through the track listing made me kind of hate it. And it's weird, because there's definitely talent on here. I don't know if any of it is Playboi Carti's. He seems designed specifically to piss me off, as does his music. Yeah. So I do think I hate it. I will say there is a deluxe edition called Music, sorry for the wait, that is 4 songs longer. No, thank you.
Okay, so here's
we do 19 additional Playboi Carti songs instead of harassing Mrs. Sutton. That's what you're...
That is where I was headed, yes.
All right.
The only thing better than a bad idea is a worse idea.
Fair enough. Garrett, do you hate this?
Oh my, yes. I need a new word for yes. What's more positive than yes? Absolutely. God, Tim, I have not struggled so mightily to finish my responsible listening for the week than I have with this album.
Yeah.
I struggled.
Yeah.
Some of them are like 2 minutes, and I couldn't stand it.
Yeah, it is really terrible. This is true, a terrible album.
It's horrid. I just can't get over it. I'm so angry. Okay, well, we have an agenda. Let's get to it. You hate it. I hate it. America fucking loves it. I've never felt less seen in the world. But before we get into all of that, I'm curious, Tim, prior to this week, what's your exposure to Playboi Carti? Are you even aware that this was a person before this week?
None whatsoever. Okay. Absolutely not. What about you?
I knew the name.
I wouldn't have spelled the name correctly. You're probably thinking of Cardi B?
Oh, perhaps. Perhaps. Is this not the gentleman with the wet ass pussy? Yeah, I knew the name. That's it. This was all news to me, and I gotta say, bad first impression.
Absolutely. We should have listened to the Vampire album.
I can't believe I'm going to say this. We should have listened to the Vampire album. Don't worry, folks. We'll explain what that means in a bit. Now, Tim, that's your history. That's my history. That is to say, never heard of you. Before we can talk about these songs, we need to understand a little bit about the man who made them. So take me on a journey. Help the listener understand. And for the God's sake, Gino, wake up. Take me on a journey. Who is Playboi Carti? And how did I Am Music, aka half of the album Music, come to be?
Jordan Terrell Carter, aka Playboi Carti, aka Playb, was born in Atlanta in either 1995 or 1996. Now, the internet does not seem to know, and or Playb is trying to preserve some sense of mystery. However, an interview I read claimed he was born on the exact same day Tupac died. So, given your fervent belief in reincarnation as a practicing Hindu, he might be the reincarnation of Tupac.
He wants to be. I'm going to argue otherwise.
He wanted to be an NBA star, Garrett. As a child, that was his first wish, was to be an NBA star. And I think that's telling, right? He didn't want to play basketballs or be in the NBA. He wanted to be a star.
Okay.
He seemed pretty arrogant, saying in an interview about his basketballing, "I was young and didn't go to practice. That was the time I was really ducking school and it was all hoop and no rap. I would smoke before practice, get on the court and drop 30. So it's pretty cool, right?"
He certainly wants you to think so.
Yeah. He was a bit of a problem child. He said in a different interview, "My ma couldn't tell me shit. Nobody could tell me shit. I wasn't going to college. I wasn't going to go into the army. But shit cost, and I always had to get money." What I'm saying is that Playb kinda sucks.
Yeah, I am hoping to get some clarity about like who this man is, because his music and the choices that he makes to sing the subject matter of his songs left me very confused on the background of this individual.
Yeah, with one or two exceptions, which I think are incredibly enlightening. Playb quit basketball after getting into a fight or argument or whatever with his coach, and he started doing more raps or whatever. He began his SoundCloud rapist career career as Sir Cartier in 2011 and changed it to Playboi Carti in 2013. He joined a few rapist collectives. He moved to the Big Apple and lived with a drug dealer, according to Wikipedia. No more information on that. He also got involved with those ASAP fellas, the Aesops, Aesop's, Rocky, Ferg, Bari, Lou, Joe, etc. You know about Aesop and Joe?
I wish I didn't, but I do. Thanks, show.
Unclear when he started doing a series of silly voices, in particular, the baby voice thing he is known for, but it was pretty early on as far as I could tell.
It's so strange.
Yeah. He released his first singles that anyone cared about in 2015 on SoundCloud while collaboing with some Atlanta people, and he signed to the Aesop label Augie. In 2017, he released a mixtape that people seemed to like. It debuted at number 12 on the Billboard 200, and then he dated Black China very briefly. He was then arrested for domestic battery outside of LAX with a different lady.
Jesus Christ.
His debut studio album, Die Lit, or possibly if he's German, Die Lit, was released in 2018 and hit number 3 on the US Billboard 200. And again, this features the quote-unquote signature baby voice, which is not a thing, and it doesn't matter. He's an idiot. Also in 2018, he dated somebody named Ruby Rose. Are you familiar with Ruby Rose?
Yes, I didn't think she liked the gentleman.
Yes, well, she lived in Pittsburgh, and, as one does, he came to visit her quite often in Pittsburgh. While in Pittsburgh, he noticed she's got a balcony and I've got guns. Be a lot of fun to shoot a bunch of guns off that balcony. Now, I'm not super familiar with the layout of the city of Pittsburgh, but that seems unsafe.
Yeah, don't fire guns off of any balcony.
Right. They got into an argument, apparently, at one of the times he was visiting, and she hid his multiple phones, which seems sketchy, before a flight, and, it's unclear why. But remembering those guns and what a joy it is to shoot them in a well-populated area, he allegedly, according to her, quote, shot a gun in her vicinity, although his intention was never to hit her. They would later break up due to his fucking other people, but allegedly not for his shooting in her general direction, which again is alleged.
Right.
He was arrested in Scotland for punching a driver on a tour and fined 800 of those squiggly L's.
That's a lot of L's.
Yes. I imagine it was a Homer Simpson thing where he was in the back seat and just punched this guy in the back of the head.
I don't remember that episode.
He started dating Iggy Azalea in 2018 as well. He announced his second album shortly after that, but then he didn't really release anything for a couple of years, which is going to become a thing with him, until he released singles and collaboed with Aubrey Drake of the Why I Hate This Album podcast shit list in 2020.
I thought he hated Drake.
Yeah, it goes back and forth. His second album, Whole Lotta Red, was released on Christmas in 2020. It hit number 1 on the US Billboard 200. And on that album, he, and I'm quoting here again, adopts the persona of a vampire rock star.
What?
Which is why his fans go by the term vamp, according to the internet. The song Vamp Anthem by Carti is a new anthem for the land he grew up in, Transylvania, where all the vamps hang out and party. It's a tribute to the vamps that inspired him, including Count Dracula, which is very spooky for this sexy season. There's also a unrelated DJ called DJ Young Vamp, because all good ideas have already been taken, and so now we're just doing this bullshit.
Just that whole sentence, DJ Young Vamp. Where are we, America? That's... you know what? I'm trying not to interrupt because there's a lot of bullshit you've said in the last 5 minutes that's just overwhelming. He thinks he's a vampire?
Well, he adopts the persona of a vampire rock star, yes.
What does that mean?
But here's the thing, he still does the baby voice on that album.
Well, of course he does. But do you know about the handshake?
Tell me about the handshake.
Oh my God. So there's what is it called? Young YVL? There's a YVL handshake, Tim. And the way it works is, I hate that I know this. It's Young Vamp Life.
No, I know that. Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. And you take you're a German fellow, and if someone were to ask 3, and not like an American, you start with the thumb and the pointer and the middle finger there,
right?
And you got your 2 outside fingers closed.
Yeah, I'm doing it right now. You can see.
Yeah.
Like a gun.
No, more like a Ninja Turtle.
Okay.
Like a W. There you go. And I'm going to interlock mine here with yours, right?
Okay.
And I'll give it
this.
Calm down. Little bit of a twist, and then we let go. So just to be clear, this 35-year-old man has vampire handshakes and thinks he's a rock star vampire.
He's 29, if that helps.
I thought he...
95, 96, somewhere in there.
Oh, okay. Sorry. That, it helps a little
Yeah, I mean, listen, in his defense, when we were 29-ish, we were doing vamp handshakes that we'd made up with one another.
We weren't. We definitely weren't. We were actually, if anything, less silly than we are now. We were very judgmental. I just want to make sure, like, everybody remembers that this gentleman is an emo vampire man. His words, not mine.
Who fires guns
Well,
near women, allegedly.
Right. And we're going to hear some pretty aggressive content in the next hour. And just reconciling this dude's plastic vampire teeth and his desire to murder everybody, seemingly, just doesn't jive.
Yeah, well, I mean, historically, vampires have been pretty pro-murder. So, I mean, I guess technically it's a different species at that point. So does it even really count as murder?
I feel like you're missing the point. The point is it's all quite silly, and yet he wants me to be scared of him. Tim, should I fear this man? I don't understand.
We'll find
Is he
out.
a threat, or is it all talk?
I think the people around it's kind of like a 6699 situation where you get that guy in a room and you just maul him, Garrett. You would tear his face off with your bare teeth.
Sure.
But there's some people around that might get the upper hand on you.
Right. Okay. He's got an entourage.
This guy's tall though. He's 6'1". That's taller than you by at least 2 inches.
Oh, Gino, put it on the board. 2 slaps. How dare you? That is 1 inch taller. At least 2. Do we really want to have a height off? Gino,
Yes.
get the measuring tape.
Let's get Playb in here.
I'm gonna get you in here. And start
Listen,
get
I'm
those
not
shoes
saying I'm
off.
taller.
No, but I'm just saying.
I don't think we need to measure me necessarily.
That's
It's on the slightly high side of 5'9". We'll say that. Maybe give
we
myself
will not say that.
4 to
we
6
will not
inches.
say that. We're saying that I'm 2 inches shorter than 6'1". God knows what that even is.
Anyway, Garrett, Playb and Iggy split up because he was cheating on her, and
Right.
allegedly. And then she gave birth to his son in events that he did not show up for.
Jesus.
It would have been awkward, Garrett. They'd already broken up. Come on. Think.
They got a baby together.
Think, Garrett. He still hasn't signed that birth certificate, so as far as we know, not his baby.
Interesting. Is that how that works?
I think so. I think if you just refuse to sign, you don't have to give them any money or anything.
That cannot be right.
In 2020, he was arrested after being stopped by police for expired tags on his Lamborghini, and after
God damn it, you butchered that so beautifully.
And after searching the car, they found 12 bags of marijuana, Xanax, codeine, oxycodone, and 3 guns. Now, do you remember when we were driving from Dallas to Austin?
Yeah, I do.
And
Yeah, I do.
I think it was for South by Southwest one year, and we stopped at that awesome burger place that was about halfway there. And while we were eating, we just looked out the window and watched the man being arrested. And as he was, they pulled out a shotgun, several handguns, and then just began removing foil-wrapped bricks that contain God only knows.
It was awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty great.
The best lunch I've had in 20 years.
Yeah, Playb was on several tracks on K-Way's Donda in 2021. In 2022, he was arrested for felony assault after allegedly choking his 14-week pregnant girlfriend. If you'd like, you can watch the footage of that on YouTube.
What?
Yeah, it's on YouTube. Playb started releasing tracks and collaborating with folks in 2023 again, including a song with The Weeknd and Madonna. No word on whether he assaulted either of them. And again, I'm saying no word. I don't know.
Right.
So yes, unsuable, I think is the description the lawyers will use in court. He released the Album of the Week Music, aka I Am Music, in March 2025 with the Cruel Deluxe Edition Music Sorry for the Wait, with an additional 4 songs a few days later. And with that, I have to say, a Shia LaBeouf.
Ooh, and a face to you. Great history. I didn't get nearly the insight that I was hoping to.
Yeah, there is no internal life to this guy. He's does not have an internal monologue. He does not have, well, we'll get into it.
Basic human agency
There you
beyond
go.
wants and needs.
Yeah.
Ugh, cool.
Guy sucks.
I'm hesitant to say that.
I'm not. Guy sucks.
Oh, okay. Well, he seems like he might shoot you.
He's strangling women, Garrett. This guy officially sucks. Allegedly. Sorry, Gina was holding up the sign, the big A
Yeah.
that you got him.
Right. No, I mean, you're right to say it. You were so forceful. And
Yeah,
then
then he raised the sign.
just backtracked immediately. Okie dokie. That brings us to general thoughts. And I mean, we've already spilled the beans more than a couple times. Let's get into it. Let's start with the voice.
Yes, I hate it. I hate his voice.
Yes. And ironically, while I hate his voice, I yearn for that baby voice when he goes to pure rasp.
Oh yeah, he does that shitty gremlin growling voice for half of this. It drives me crazy. It can go fuck right on off. He seems to like to do voices like some sort of Garrett, like you've got this gravelly American accent you're trying out or have been trying out for years.
At your behest.
Yeah,
to be clear.
The other makes me uncomfortable because it doesn't matter. He does a lot of this mumble rap shit too, and it just sucks, Garrett. It just sucks. Mrs. Sutton, it just sucks.
It's not good.
You don't remember who that is anymore.
I never did. I wasn't listening.
Yeah, and okay, so also several of these songs, most notably Rather Lie and Fine Shit, the two maybe best songs, at least in the first 15, were theorized by an online community of individuals who do their own research and think for themselves and don't necessarily just accept the narrative on things like controlled demolitions and such. But anyway, these people theorized that these songs were AI deepfakes.
Oh.
And there's actually a fairly large, I mean, they've presented a lot of what I think is convincing evidence, but I've been suckered in before by liars on the internet. But he's not really publicly addressed this, but there's a shit ton of people like on Reddit that are pretty angry about it. Other people that are like, yeah, I would be, but it's just kind of mid either way,
I see. I tend to lean in that direction.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Right. But I think it's very funny because it took him like 5 years to come out with this. People were real pissed that he didn't come out with music sooner. I mean, he couldn't be bothered to do like actual songs. Like each one of these is not substantial in any way. And I just think it's very funny if he had just AI deepfake vocals on several of his songs. He was like, fuck it, I don't give a shit.
It couldn't be worse.
No, it absolutely couldn't. But that's weird because this album, it has 44 writers and 41 producers. I counted them, Garrett. Some of them are definitely doing double duty, but it took more than 60 people to make this dog shit happen.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that's the problem.
Maybe
it's just 60 too many.
Maybe. But he also, that's the thing though, I don't want more of him.
Yeah, he is the problem.
Yes, because he makes the mistake of having a bunch of guest rapists on here, and every single one of them outshines him in every way possible.
Yeah, it's very true. By the time you get to Kendrick Lamar on I think it's the 15th track, 14th track, you're just like, good Lord, you're bad at rapping compared to other people.
Yeah. I also hate the fucking numbers in the song titles. Listen, I know it's a small nitpick, but this has been driving me crazy. This has been stupid since at least 2002 with Skater Boy, but I had significantly more patience for it back then, because I always like to think about this. This is a guy who's inheriting the mantle of your Tupacs, your Run DMC. He's supposed to be like a street tough whatever.
What would ODB think of this?
Exactly. Well, maybe not him.
Dude, we need to get those bracelets going immediately. WWODBD.
I think it's pretty great.
That is a legit genius idea.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's...
Okay, back to the sound of his voice. So there are, to my mind, 3 versions of Playboi Carti on this album. There is the aforementioned rasp that we'll get into it when it happens. I don't understand. There is the baby voice, which could... Here's what bothers me.
Sucks.
Oh, sure. Absolutely. Don't care for it. Not at all. It is almost a voice I like. I'll say that. And then there's the third version that appears on like 2 songs. That's like deeper baby voice.
Yes.
Or at least just a deep man's voice.
Yes.
I just don't know why he doesn't stick to that.
Well, because that's not fun, Garrett. It's just not fun. You're missing the 4th one, which is auto-tuned to shit.
Oh, yeah. That's sometimes all of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, that just goes without saying. Yeah. The amount of auto-tune is crazy.
Yeah. The best thing for me to say about this, these songs are at least mercifully short, but, right? Because these average 253. There's a standard deviation of 38 seconds. But that is because this guy, they're not short and sweet. They're short because this guy has absolutely nothing to say. There There is very little meaningful content on this. A lot of, maybe most of it, is coming from people that aren't him. He's the backing vocalist / hype man for good portions of this. And again, this took him 5 years to put together.
Yeah, that's tough. Okay, now let's move on to the music. I'll bucket it two ways. There is the music that I don't mind, and then there's the music that is bordering on blown out speaker noise.
Yes, the first song.
And I don't appreciate
example.
that. Yeah, the first song is maybe the worst about it. But those are kind of the two. You mentioned it briefly at the top of the show. There is talent on here, and most of that is exhibited through his guest vocalists. But there's also some good beats. Not a ton, but there's some.
Yeah, DJ whatever that's going to announce himself repeatedly. That's the other thing. So the DJ is the one, like, I feel like the DJ heard this and was like, okay, so you've ruined the beats I gave you with your stupid vocals. So he, knowing that he was going to be credited with this, decided to shout, I am music or I am the music repeatedly on this so that people would know like what his role was.
That's a great theory.
And the problem, though, is that Plabe outsmarted DJ Swamp Izzo or whatever and just named his album the thing that the other guy was shouting.
Yeah. Oh, I really like the sound of that. No, I was saying I did the music. God damn it. God damn it, Playboy.
The fucking worst.
God, he really is. Let's see. Oh, this is a new one for me. I don't know that I've ever done this. There's more than a couple of notes I took where I legitimately wrote down 2 lines and said, okay, God's honest truth, no fooling. Here's what I guess this is about. Can you tell me what it's actually about?
Oh, the answer to that is no, I cannot.
By my account, Tim, half of these songs, or at least half of the content of all of these songs, are just nonsense.
Yeah, and sometimes like literal nonsense, not words.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
like nonsense.
Just
I'm sorry. I'll
it's
stop.
It's the noise that Roger makes to get them on American Dad to get Haley and what's his face to give them their inheritance or something.
Right.
Yeah.
We haven't even gotten into it, Tim, and I'm so mad. What else need to be said generally before we get to the song by song?
Ugh, I think we should just do it.
Let's dive on in. Track number 1.
Pop ass here, back his face here, give him dash here, fuck him all here.
Here we start with beats that sound as if they were designed by whoever created that late 90s modem sound, and I hate it. I hate it so much.
Yeah, get ready to bop your head to a 56K baud modem.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah.
And as we mentioned, he's full rasp here.
Yeah, this is his quote-unquote rage aesthetic.
He does sound like a talking gremlin.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so we've got blown out speakers, a rapping gremlin. Maybe the content's good.
Sorry.
We begin. I can't come to your party. I might come just to hurt you. Shia. Riding in a new body. All of my hoes are murders. Shia. I just painted her face. Now she part of the circus. Shia. All right, those are all one verse, I guess?
I think it's the chorus. I think this gets repeated a bunch of times because it's that good.
God, you might be right. So he can't come to your party because he might fuck you up. He has presumably ejaculated on his girl's face, and she has run off to join a cum circus.
Okay, that can't possibly be a thing we're saying
His words,
now.
Tim. Listen, we are in the first 2 lines of the whole album. It's going to get worse.
You said cum circus. I'm not sure that it's gonna.
You know what? I can't promise it will. That's pretty ridiculous. Let's talk about the 32 shias, shall we? Because that's how many there are that I counted.
Oh, god damn it. God damn it. It's every time we pop out, got them bitches nervous. Sha sha. Pop out, pop, pop. Sha sha. Pop out, sha. Sha sha. Pop it, ba. Pop ba. Pop ba. Pop sha. Pop out, sha. Pop. Sha sha. I sha. Fuck you. And I really feel the fuck you at the end of that.
Yes.
Because he clearly, this is a big fuck you to anyone that bothered to listen to this horse shit.
Here's a 30-year-old reference. Do you remember the film Nell?
No.
Oh, well, it's starring Jodie Foster as a woman who was raised in the woods alone. And so she created her own language. So there's a whole scene of her just going, Tay in the wind. It's terrible, but very reminiscent of Playboi Carti. Because he said, pop it, ba, pop ba, pop ba, pop sha. Huh? It's number 3 album in the country.
Well, let's get to some real real words, right? Because that will make sense, right? If we get to the real words, at least, like, there'll be a coherent sentence. So he says, all black mag, yeah. All black bags, sha. Break his face, yeah. Get him dead, yeah. Swerve. Fuck 'em all, yeah. Swerve. Tat my face, yeah. Swerve. What?
Oh, one more line, just because this is what really ties the whole verse together for me. Eat her pussy, yeah, swerve. Say my grace, yeah, swerve. Christians, are you saying grace before cunnilingus? If so, write in hatePodMail@gmail.com and then immediately stop. That is ridiculous. But to your point, Tim, those didn't make a lot of sense either.
Yes. Now, I just want to say, Mrs. Sutton, you're on notice. This is very close to a strike that will prevent you from listening to a full month of Why I Hate This Album releases. You are...
She's the person that recommended this. That's right.
Garrett, and this is true, is using all of his energy to appear to the listener as an American, and if it's not written down, most of it doesn't get said. Okay, let's move on. Let's do a couple more here. All my bitches burnt, yeah. They half dead, yeah. Swerve. Off a perk, yeah. Out my shirt, yeah. Swerve. He's a jerk, yeah. Been a jerk, Swerve. Model hoe, yeah. She dick jerk, yeah. Swerve.
Pretty obvious what that's about.
Yes.
He's high on Percocet, taking his shirt off, approaching a woman, and asking her to J his D.
As one does. I'm a reject, but I'm still turnt. Yeah. Swerve. Push the fucking dash till I see dirt. Yeah. Swerve. I think it's just a song about how he's a bad party guest.
I don't know, maybe he's driving? Maybe he's all fucked up on Percocet and he's swerving all over the road?
It couldn't be worse than the singing.
Ends with 25 seconds of electronic music and ethereal noises. That will happen again and again. But that brings us to track number 2, Mercilessly, featuring Mr. Travis Scott, the hit song, poorly named, Crush.
Right. So before we discuss this song in particular,
you're just going to recap
the
incident?
Let's just say we should note that it features guest vocals by Mr. Travis Scott, who allegedly ritualistically murdered 10 people in Houston by crushing them to death or by having others do so, one of whom was 9. Now, a grand jury in Harris County did not indict Trav. I think there's still some ongoing litigation. He did settle out of court with a bunch of people. But here's the point. Like OJ should never have committed another crime. Trav should fight really hard to never be associated with the word crush publicly again because of those people he allegedly murdered by having people crush them to death.
Right. I didn't know when this album came out. I assumed it was old because, who in their right mind, if they were, I don't know, renowned for crushing people, would name a song Crush?
Here's my theory. I think they didn't even think about it. They didn't even think it might sound like they were celebrating the ritualistic murder of 10 Houstonians, which it's better than if they were intentionally taunting people, but it's still pretty bad.
It's in poor taste. At least. Yeah, but you're probably right. Never occurred to them. Otherwise, here's the thing. And this is what I really don't understand. Specifically Travis Scott, but also presumably Playboi Carti. They are successful businessmen. Like, you don't get to where they are being a complete fucking moron. You just don't. So what is happening?
It might be a situation in which somebody latched onto them as just like, you're going to be very popular. I'm going to run your business.
That's true. If you got a really good business manager, you don't have to be very smart. You can just be good at making terrible music.
Yeah.
And crushing people, allegedly.
Not allegedly. They were crushed.
Sure. I'm just saying, allegedly, he was responsible.
Yes. He doesn't seem to care. Allegedly.
So this song has a lot of electronic music and noise, big dramatic choir, and some harmony on the refrain of the chorus, but it all kind of boils down to either celebrating the murder of 10 innocent people, or possibly he's just super excited to bang.
Yeah, crush, I guess, means bang, hopefully, because otherwise, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna say crush. Think in your mind, change that to bang, but also simultaneously think about, what if it's just crush a man? Shorty gonna let me crush her shit, phew. Shorty gonna let me crush, let me crush, let me crush. Shorty gonna let me crush her shit. Shorty gonna let me crush, phew.
So either some young lady is interested in intercourse and he is excited like a child.
Not interested. She's not actively pursuing this. She's just gonna let it happen, right? She's resigned. This is okay. Let's just move on with our day.
Acquiesced.
Yeah.
Okay. Or his special lady has gathered up a group of strangers into a very small room that they don't understand. The walls slowly move in, and he gets to hold the button and crush these strangers. She lures them in. Hey, you guys want to meet a famous rapper? Sure. Head on into this trash compactor-like room. Here you go, Playboy. Now, Tim, in that scenario, and of course, that's a horrible scenario where you're crushing people slowly for your own amusement or sexual gratification. I don't know. But in that scenario, would you only be able to crush, or would you want the ability to back it up a little? I'm just asking. I mean, hypothetical.
Well, you're gonna need the ability to back it up a little bit just to clean everything out. So, but yeah, right. I mean, I assume you'd want to get it like really tight, like to where the people are just starting to become like where it's not crushing them, but like it's tight and uncomfortable. And then you open it back up, and you're like, wow, no, I'm Travis Scott. Don't worry, this was just a bit. And then when they are at their most relaxed, they're like, oh, I get it. You're joking about that time you allegedly murdered those 10 people ritualistically in Houston. That's when you hit the button. And ideally at that point, it's super fast. Now,
right. I'm picturing a dial.
Oh, I like a dial. Yeah.
Dial will help to like regulate speed.
Yeah.
And then obviously you could turn it the other way to go the other direction. And the aggressiveness with which you turn the dial is the speed at which the walls move.
Absolutely. And once the deed is done, I just assume you'd flip it one way or in the other as fast as you can. So those doors are just slamming shut, opening, or, the walls are just slamming.
Well, listen, there's like obviously a drain at the bottom of the room, and you need to get it as pasty as possible to get it down there.
Listen to the listener. Yeah, obviously don't crush people. The point is, this guy, I don't think, I mean, probably legally he can't apologize, but like a lot of people died at that concert, and now he's made a song called Crush.
Shorty gonna let me crush. Let me crush, yeah. Crush her, yeah. Now, is he implying, perhaps, that the audience members at Astro World, or whatever it was, let him crush them? Like they were kind of asking for it?
Now, to be clear, are you saying that I think he's saying that, or do you think that I believe that?
No, you obviously don't. Those poor people never should have been put in that situation. You and I are grown adult men. We would have immediately put in barricades. We're responsible adults. I'm saying, do you think perhaps Travis Scott was like, well, I mean, put me in that audience, I wouldn't get crushed. It's kind of your own fault. You think you let it happen? What did you do to not get crushed? Again, horrible sentiment. Even stranger to put it in a song. Taunting even. I wonder if those settlements out of court included the I can rap about this clause.
Well,
lawyers right in.
Probably, but I can't imagine he settled with, because there were 10 people that were crushed to death, but there were far more people that were crushed like in between a good life and death.
Yeah.
Partial crushing.
Yes.
And I don't even think he got the portal open.
Wait, I'm sorry, what?
What do you mean?
What are you talking about? Portal?
That's why they were crushing to open.
I did notice you were adding the word ritualistically every time. That's one I wasn't using.
Right. Because of the...
It was to open a portal to hell?
Oh, God. No, Garrett, not to hell.
To where then?
I don't know where that thing goes.
Mr. Tumnus gonna come out and get some fucking Turkish delights? What are we talking about, Tim? This is Cardi B or Playboi Carti. No mercy first. No fucks from us, whoa.
Again, in a song called Crush, Travis Scott says, no mercy first, no fucks from us.
He explains, it's only us. In God we trust. It's lit. Uzi bust. Pussy bust. So he's saying it's not in my hands. If I put thousands upon thousands of people in a confined space and start a small riot, it's up to God whether or not those children get crushed.
Yeah, and if God, presumably his God is Cthulhu, because I assume that's what's coming through that portal, some sort of deep space situation, I bet people are getting sucked out of there too.
I don't think, reports of a portal are sketchy at best.
No, Garrett, I am right there with you. The portal didn't open. I think we're saying the same thing.
I would be shocked if we were.
it's fair.
Song continues. Sha, Carti YVL. Sha. Fucking Felicia, I hit that bitch like a deer. Hitting that hoe, I'm a deer. Eat it up, bitch. You an eater. Running that bitch with an eater. Running that bitch with a heater. Sha sha. His sex talk is confusing and poor at best. I think his understanding of the act is somewhere in between just plain wrong or just objectively unappealing.
Listen, it's gonna be... Have you ever been struck by an automobile? That's sort of what this is gonna be like.
But with more fluids.
Oh, sure.
$2 million for a feature. Me and Trav over Adidas. And the only reason I want to talk about this is he's implying that he gets $2 million to be featured on a stream on social media. Tim, should we set up a Cameo? You familiar with Cameo? Should we set this up?
Oh, yeah. I don't think we can command $2 million, but...
No. But like, I'll say dumb shit for money. I already do for nothing, so what's the difference? Listeners, write in hatePodMail@gmail.com. How much money would you pay us and what would you like us to say?
Now, keep in mind that Garrett is going to talk in his real voice, and I'm going to wear some sort of mask so you do not identify me.
As though anyone would ever remember seeing you.
Jesus Christ, man.
I didn't say meeting. Hell of a personality. Seeing. Might as well be fucking Patrick Swayze and Ghost. Nothing more than a breeze.
Yeah, this song ends quite abruptly, and I think we should move on. I am hurt.
Track number 3, K-pop.
My body, I'm the coolest. Trampoline jump for a cougar. Jump out the jungle, go hectic. I'm leaving that.
Okay, this brings up an issue that I also have with these songs. Why is this called K-pop?
I think it's possibly about drugs.
Maybe. It was apparently originally called ketamine, but I don't really know. I mean, again, I don't really know why it's... So many of these songs don't seem to have any logical reason as to why they're titled what they are. And then when you look up their history, it's just like, yeah, no, it's called something completely different. I randomly changed the name. Doesn't fucking matter. None of this matters.
I'm barely trying. Can't you tell?
Yes. Now, this song features his first, but somehow not last reference to himself as Osama bin Laden, which I think is fascinating, and it does satisfy today's clause to mention 9/11 at least once in every episode.
Adjacently. Also, this is the introduction, at least I think, of like the first full-on baby voice.
Yes.
And did you know this was coming? Because I didn't.
No, I read none of the history before I dug into this, and it was off-putting.
It's weird enough that after the song, I paused my phone and Googled Playboi Carti strange voice.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, baby voice. And I was like, that's what it is. What is that? Why would you do it? I am simultaneously disappointed and very impressed that this dude has managed to con people into thinking this is good.
Yeah, it really is. It seems like this is
mass
a
hysteria.
bit. Maybe.
Right?
It could be, but like it seems like he's listen, I know roughly what your Travis Scotts or your Kendrick Lamars or whomsoever's are doing, and I can do something that's pretty adjacent but is incredibly fucking irritating, right? It's the equivalent of the Alvin and the Chipmunks like covering a song you like, where you're like, I hear, why is it this though? Like, this isn't good.
Yeah.
It makes me real angry, Garrett. These fellas don't love me. These bitches want to fuck me. My t-shirt on so I won't get ugly. So everybody hates him everywhere he goes, except for the ladies, Garrett. The ladies love him. They want to bang him, but he's going to keep that shirt on because as long as the shirt's on, he's not going to fight anybody. So we're all safe.
Yeah, that part's very confusing to me.
Yeah, because I don't really get it, right? Like, if I'm going to fight a guy, now granted, the t-shirt has its own disadvantages because you can grab onto that, you can use it for leverage, but a slicked up man chest there's a lot of things it is good for. Fighting is not one of them.
No, not at all. God, this song, man. And we're only 3 in. We gotta get it together.
She fucking with a Don, I'm fucking with a bomb. They think I'm Osama. Whoa, she think I'm off something.
Yeah.
Ice on my body. I'm the coolest.
That might be one of the more coherent lines in the song.
Yeah.
I'm about to spot me an op. I'm about to spin they truck out. Whoa. I said, mama, I got me a switch. We don't give a fuck about luck. Huh? So he has a fully automatic modified Glock and plans to spray bullets randomly.
Yes. Around whoever he's dating's house, allegedly.
Do you think this murder talk? Now, he's been arrested with many, many guns. So he definitely has many, many guns. friends, and he's singing about murdering people. Is Playboi Carti murdering people?
I don't think so. I
don't either.
I think
because he also sings about being a vampire.
Well, maybe he's murdering people with his teeth.
God, that would be amazing. Wouldn't that just be shocking if 3 years from now that dude gets arrested for vampire murders?
Or just cannibalism of any sort.
Well, sure, but that seems less likely.
I disagree. I think vampire murders is more unlikely than cannibalism, Garrett.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah. Trampoline jump for a cougar. He mentions the fact that he is dating older women quite a bit. I guess Iggy Azalea was about 7 or 8 years older than him, but he also keeps mentioning it. She's not hanging out with him anymore because of that cheating and then not showing up to the birth of his child.
God damn. Oops. Let's see. Stop all that talking. Let's do it. You on the internet, boy? Stop, boy. I'm in the field with cleats. Sigging my jeans. I kill boys. Me and my fellas, we G's. Step on bitches. We kick doors. I stay running up checks and holding the knife. It's a sport. Sitting with my blick, I got me a gang. I can't go to court, huh? Fella try to pop his pain. Put 2 in his brain. Blow up the fort.
Right, so he's out there murdering, and if jail is a possibility, he's going to shoot his way out or die trying, is what he would like us to believe.
Right. He's also threatening to kill people who are talking shit on the internet.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Right.
Maybe
Don't worry. Later on, he
this.
says he doesn't listen to it. So,
good.
Much like everything else, he is nothing but a hypocrisy.
Yes. It really bothers me when I hear rapists even reference the internet. It just seems so at odds. I mean, I know there's like SoundCloud rapists. I know it's a delivery mechanism, but it seems so odd for somebody to give a shit about what the tweets and the tickles and the, you know, whatever else.
That can't be a thing.
Has to say, because like you're an adult, you're supposed to be like this scary guy. Why are you fucking talking about what's online?
Yeah.
Track number 4, Evil Jordan, but the O is a 0. See,
I don't get it.
First I go whip out the bow. No, I can't hit on no brakes. My life is out of control.
This is more of like a song.
Sure, lots of gun sound effects. You were right that it is more of a song, but I've already kind of hit the point where I'm starting to lose. Like, I don't really have much to say about this anymore. And we're on song 4 of either 15 or 30. I don't remember where we landed with that thing.
15 or 34.
Oh my God.
Are the 2 choices.
I think I just figured out where we landed on this thing.
34.
No.
Song begins. First, I go whip out the boat. No. I can't hit on no brakes. My life is out of control, I'm telling you, nobody's safe. I've been living my life limbo. My ice, it came with a tray. I'm so high, I gotta hide my face. This not a rock star phase. I'm a emo thug in my phase. Can't rhyme phase with phase, my guy. So he said, I think this is a sensitive theater kid. Yeah, talking about how he's in his little emo rock star phase and he can't stop, he's out of control. But he also got arrested for going 133 miles an hour in a 55.
And choking a lady who is pregnant with his child. Allegedly. Monkey nuts on me, baby. I got 2 chains. Monkey nuts are large drum magazines. Is this what you've...
Yeah, 100+ round drum magazines. That's definitely a thing we need.
Yeah.
Gotta have that.
Here's the thing. You don't need this. You need precision. Garrett will tell you.
Yeah.
It just takes one. Yeah.
Syrup. Tell her to go change. No, this isn't a children's song. It's Playboi Carti. He's a millionaire.
I think it's about jizz on clothes.
Oh, is it? I assumed he was drinking scissor.
Maybe. Then why is she changing?
I don't know. Maybe into something a little more arousing. Tough to say. I fucked the bitch so nasty, we go Sephora, yeah, then we go pink. She not so fucking toxic, and she care about what I think. She's nothing like no other bitches. She care about what I drink. So he fucks this chick so nasty that he has to buy her makeup and PJs to make up for it. But he feels for her because she likes his opinions and his drinks.
Well, sort of, but the very next line is, I think she's a fling, so...
Or maybe he was treating it like a fling, and she's like, no, like, I want to be like the bottom bitch. Let me compliment Playboi Carti, because it won't happen much. Next line. The Wraith came with a chauffeur, the chauffeur, ready to take me. If you buy a Rolls Royce, do not be an asshole and drive your own car.
Yeah.
Get a goddamn chauffeur.
Yeah, absolutely. It's part of the fun.
Yeah, if you can afford a Rolls Royce, you can afford a man's salary to drive it around or stand in your driveway waiting.
Yeah.
Makes me so mad when I see fucking people driving around in a Rolls Royce, and you see it up on fucking Fifth Avenue.
Yeah,
Those
all the time.
old- you're just like, what are you doing, guy?
And especially in this city. Who wants to drive in this city if you could have a chauffeur?
Yeah, exactly. You got a fucking $300,000 car that's designed to be driven by a man in a funny hat, and you're cruising down the street like an asshole, wondering why people are gawking at you and keying your car. Track number 5, the curiously titled Mojo Jojo.
Polo. Had a white bitch like Jules, but she had motor. But she had what? Smashing all the hoes.
This is a cartoon character of some sort. I didn't really look into it.
Yeah, he's the bad guy, one of the bad guys in Powerpuff Girls. A show that I didn't watch like religiously, but would catch once in a while. And much like Dexter's Laboratory, every one I saw, I was like, it's actually pretty good. So for people out there who dig it, I think you were onto something. Heavy bass, robot voices, before we get to a normal high-pitched sound. And we got, is Kendrick on this?
He is. Yeah, this is the first one he's on.
Hey, Carti, I need that Back to the Future Carti. I need that full alien Carti. I need that beep, 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 beep. I mean, at least Kendrick knows who he's with. He's like, hey, I need you to do the weird shit.
Yeah, but here's the thing. So every time I heard this, I was like, Kendrick Lamar is way too good to be on this album.
Yes.
Kinda, though. Because he's... Technically, he is way too good for this album, but he also degrades himself, Garrett. He lowers himself to this nonsense. He should be calling Drake out. That's what he should be doing.
Yeah,
Make
he's
Drake
very good
cry.
at it. You know he does.
Yes, I do know. I saw it.
Shut up. Do not tell anyone about that. at all. That was a very special one-time thing. Anyway, song continues. Ooh, back in high school, I was wearing polo. Had a white bitch like Jules, but she ain't a model. But she a what? I'm snatching up all the hoes. Mojo Jojo. You play with that motherfucking 5. We go loco. Such a strange combination of topics. I used to wear polo shirts and date white women, presumably Iggy Azalea, and I get ladies like Mojo Jojo does crime and mess with me and I'll kill you.
Yes.
I had to do a lot of Googling to get there. I'm not going to lie.
It's not right out front there. Absolutely. I will say this. So I don't like most of the stupid noises that are on here.
Are we about to get into the Burt's Bees of it all?
Yes, we are, Garrett. Would you like to do it? Because it's fantastic.
I mean, I assume this gentleman was literally staring at a tube of Burt's Bees because out of nowhere we get Burt, BBB. Let's get it.
It's B.
Oh, excuse me. It's real weird.
Yeah, and why is this considered like serious at all? This is so silly.
How is it popular?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Let's see. Song continues. I've been like this, whoa, since I was in the womb, huh? Flash out. Oh my god, he a goon, huh? Flash out, oh my god, he a goon, huh? Flash out, oh my god, he a goon, oh my god, he I assume his doctor described him as a goon at birth.
Maybe.
Mrs. Carti, I apologize. It's a goon.
Yes.
Is Mr. Carti going to be joining you? No, probably not. Yikes.
He was a goon himself, so this actually makes quite a bit of sense.
I had a feeling his daddy was a goon. Song continues curiously. She a home team type vibe, Tell the bitch come home and hurry. Ride the dick like a Harley, rockstar, Machiavelli, skirt. Bad bitch, I make her jerk me. What? That's in the song, by the way. I just want to mention, this is like the second or third mention of getting specifically a woman to jerk on his dick.
Yeah, this guy loves HJs.
It's a weird theme. Do you think he knows there's more?
I don't know. That would be fascinating. And if so, listen, I have a way to make him stop making music for a while if he is unaware. No, because he's got those children, right? That he didn't show up for their births, allegedly.
That's right.
And the one that he allegedly was strangling her pregnant.
Jesus.
Listen, I didn't do it.
Track 6, Philly, featuring The Crusher. Travis Scott.
Alleged Crusher.
That's just a nickname.
Okay, so it could relate to anything, like that room he's got where he crushes those
like
women.
Our landlord calls you Lemon Jello for some reason.
Let's go. Bend it over, touch your toes. Let's go. Touch your toes. 50 big ones on the floor.
Song opens with an acoustic guitar, sounds like a Western, and then the bass kicks in. Song begins. Brand new ass and brand new nose. Let's go. Bend it over, touch your toes. That's go. Touch your toes. 50 big ones on the floor. That's go. 55.
Well, 55.
That does make me laugh. It's not that lascivious.
It's silly, though. Like,
Yeah,
why do you...
it's like 55.
Yeah, every time they say 55 in this, it's this weird whispered thing.
Well, we're going to go line by line because this is one of my favorite songs. Lambo truck or SRT, that's go, skirt, skirt. So, line by line. Brand new ass and brand new nose, let's go. He's got a new bitch, she's got new parts, and he's ready to play with them.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Bend it over, touch your toes, that's go. She's got a fine ass, might as well have her bend over and show the goods, if you bought them. 50 big ones on the floor, that's go. 55. So I assume this is some sort of cuck situation where he has hired a very low-priced prostitute. She's come over, he's hurled $50 to the ground. She's about to make the sex on him, and his hype man / DJ / corner jerker says, actually, 55. And slides an extra 5 on the floor. Also, don't hurl your money to the floor if you hire a sex worker. Put it on the goddamn table like a gentleman.
Also, if there's going to be 2 of you, it's going to be at least double. It's not an extra 10% for a second person in the room. That's not how that works.
Yeah, it's not a combo meal. It's not a fraction of the total cost if you bought them individually. You fucking... Ooh, almost got me. Oh, 1997, Garrett. You stay there. Seeing red on my cup, I'm seeing red. It's lit. She off that white, I'm rolling green. Let's go, straight up. Philly bitch, keep it at a bean. Oh, this is important. Philly bitch, keep it a bean. Let's go. Let's go, So, no idea what seeing red on my cup. I'm seeing red. It's lit. Maybe it's scissor. Tough to say. Typically, that's that purple drink for this household. So, to each their own.
Yeah.
She's high on cocaine. He's smoking some dope, and they're ready to go. Now, Tim, I reached out to my friend Victor. Victor, if you're listening, what's good? He is a Philly resident, and I said, Victor, keep it a bean. That's some bullshit, right? And he said, I am sorry to say, that's like 20-year-old slang. Keep it 100. That's what it means.
Interesting. And we get a little, like, almost a California girls thing here with the Philly bitch, Atlanta bitch, Cali type thing. Ladies from all over. Why can't they all be wherever he is jerking him?
Yikes.
Now, maybe he goes specifically for the jerk so that he doesn't get another lady pregnant.
I mean, that's good business.
Yeah.
I mean, you could always just use a condom. I mean, who's going to
Come on,
that?
Garrett, like a Spaniard.
Yeah, sorry. I know, I'm sorry. If you scared, go to church, little bitch. We outside tweaking.
What?
Rolling off the jellies. So I think that if his enemies are scared, they can, they perhaps have some sort of long-standing sanctuary rule that they can go to church for safety.
I guess it might be like just a, you better pray because I'll be murdering you. But I like your thing a lot better that they've got base.
Well, that's like a holdover from the Middle Ages, I think. You used to be able to claim sanctuary in a church and they couldn't come and burn you alive or whatever the fuck we were doing then.
Yeah, I think that's overblown. I think they'd still burn you alive. Or
of course
inquisite you.
Oh, man. I bet a lot of people saw the Spanish Inquisition coming. Just saying.
Yeah.
Song wraps up with, I'm in the mode. Bite this shit off and I get litty. Oh, the band's got mold. I need a spot in the city. Tim, is he a Pablo Escobar type figure where his money is beginning to mold and so he needs to buy apartments to keep it in? Get a bank account.
Well, Garrett, they really make... Here's the problem with a bank account when all your money is in cash. And this is something I can tell you from firsthand experience. They get suspicious quick because as long as it's not more than $10,000, they're not allowed to tell the federal government. Now, if it's $10,000 or more, they have to tell the federal government.
That is true.
But here's the thing. You bring in that $9,999 every day of the week, they're going to tell the federal government, even though legally they're not allowed to.
No, see, that first part is completely wrong. They can tell them anytime they want. I've worked with a number of financial institutions, and it's fully up to their discretion. And in fact, much like when people use code over text message or phone calls, we're not stupid. So if you think you're getting away with something, you're not. Not at all. Yikes. Anyway, song, you know what? Fuck this song. Track number 7, Radar.
All of my business, they bad, they got us, you know that. All on my shoulders, I hate shit, hold up, bitch.
I kind of like the weird backing track to this.
It's like a horror song.
Well, parts of it. So parts of it sound like they were inspired by the original soundtrack to Rocky. Like it's very...
I was going to say the John Cena song.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's that. But then there's also spooky theremin throughout the song, and it's a weird mixture. Now, fun side note, I don't know if you know this, the theremin was invented by a man named Leo Theremin. Leo also made The Thing. Are you familiar with The Thing?
Yeah, The Thing is great.
One of the first bugs ever created. It didn't require a power supply. It was activated by off-site radio signals of the correct frequency, and they put it in the U.S. ambassador to the Soviet Union's office in Moscow, concealed as a gift that hung on his wall. This guy kind of invented electronic surveillance.
Yeah, he's a genius.
Yeah. This song, though, is about killing and banging. It's not really radar related in any way, because he just names his songs stuff.
Yeah. Benz is in the backyard. So hot. Hit the radar. Stepping in Van Cleef, yeah, I got a jigsaw. Ooh, cash on the floor, yeah, Molly dissolve.
Now, imagine this, Garrett. Imagine this album came out in, let's say, 95. We don't have access to lyrics on the internet. Presumably, he's not writing any of this shit down in liner notes. How baffling would it be to hear, Shia, Benzi's in the background, so hot, hit the radar, stepping in Van Cleef, yeah, I got a jigsaw. What?
Every song on this album would be It's the End of the World.
Yeah.
6 o'clock TV hours.
Yeah. It would be that song as if sung by like a Yellow Ledbetter Eddie Vedder.
I don't want to be mean, so I'm going to say yes. I swear to God, it's a fun question. You've really put something interesting in my brain here. If it's 1995, are you like, was this guy coming back from the dentist? Like, what's the deal? Does he have special needs? Does this guy have CP?
I mean, we'll get into it. I think it might be a few songs from now, but there is a song where somebody else is singing very clearly, and he sounds like his tongue got stung by a bunch of wasps.
I honestly think that he sets the microphone like clipping such that it will clip the ends of the words. I don't get it. Otherwise, I don't know how you could purposely leave out the ends of words.
Now, we have done it, especially on the early tracks, on the early episodes due to editing issues. But listen, this was not a professional organization like it is now.
Right. We've come a long way, baby. I'm fresh in the building, Sha. Oh, is this the one where he screams swamp? No, that's later.
Well, no, it is this one. I mean, he does it in a lot of them.
Yeah, but there's one where the chorus literally is just like swamp.
Oh no, it's not. But he does scream swamp at the end of, I don't know, 15
3 or 4
lines. Yeah.
I'm fresh in the building, Sha, swamp. She trying to wait for the deal, swamp. All black mask with the kill, swamp. I just got numb, no feel, swamp. Every black kid that live, she just said she want to live. L-I-V?
Yeah.
She said my music is a gift. Bend her back, call a lift. So I think this is his version of a day in the life. Woke up, go out of bed. So I'm fresh in the building. I'm trying to wait for the deal. All black mask with the kill. I just got numb, no feel. Every black kid that lived just said that she want to live. Yeah, I think very similar. All my bitches, they bad. They goddesses. You know that. All of my shooters are Haitian. Hold up, bitch. You should know that, Carti.
That seems slightly terrifying.
If you read it okay, you're right. I'm getting ahead of myself. I don't think we knew that all of his shooters were Haitian.
No.
I also don't know that they're known for their robust armies or military skills.
No, but they are known for their gangs.
Their gangs, yeah. And I guess if you got those monkey nuts, you don't have to be super accurate. You just have to have a complete lack of a moral compass.
Yes, and again, this is a 100+ round drum magazine, not something horrifically racist.
Oh yeah, I'm glad you pointed that out. Yeah, that's a 100+ round magazine of bullets. Jesus. Anyway, walk in with a whole lot of sticks, Carti. Walked out with a whole lot of blicks. Ha. Whole lot of bitches suck dick. Whole lot of bitch suck dick,
So he does know.
Lot of bitches get dick. It's Carti's world. Whole lot of bitches hold dick.
Well, maybe he doesn't. Maybe he thinks that it progresses toward the HJ. I don't know.
Oh my gosh. What if he just had it backwards and thought intercourse was foreplay for a hand job? Listeners, write in hatePodMail@gmail.com. What misconceptions about basic sexual intercourse did you have wrong due to poor education growing up?
Or better yet, what misconceptions do you currently have?
Write in with your unconventional sexual practices.
Yeah.
That's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, let's be done with this because we need to keep it moving. Garrett, track number 8, Rather Lie with The Weeknd.
I'd rather lie than lose you. I'd rather lie.
I was surprised to find The Weeknd here.
Yeah. And here's the thing with The Weeknd. He
So
knows
sexy.
about ease.
Ease.
Yeah, there's other E's in his name.
I'm not going to hold it against him. It's a name.
Yeah,
it's
I think it's to
a
avoid
proper
a
name.
trademark issue, but still.
So The Weeknd's here. You know it's going to get romantic. He just doesn't know how not to croon. Song begins. I'd rather lie than to lose you, girl. I'd rather lie than confuse you, girl. Truth is, we lapped them. They want us gone. Truth is, they can't handle me at the top. I'd rather spare you the details, my love. A lot of theories here. Surface theory sounds like a True Lies situation. I don't want to get you involved, babe, but there's certain people that don't want me to be successful. The less you know, the better.
I think it's even stupider than that. I think they're just saying the quiet part out loud, right? He's just saying, literally, listen, I'd rather lie than avoid conflict, which of course you'd rather lie to avoid conflict. It's by far the easier thing to do. But
Yeah, it's the coward's way out.
exactly. But I love that the attitude of this song, they present it as some sort of heroic action, right? Like, sure, listen, I'm fucking a lot of other people, and I'm definitely not going to stop doing that. And sure, it would
Or
hurt.
even really like hide it.
Right, absolutely. And it would hurt you to know that information. So really the best thing to do is just to lie and just keep repeatedly infecting you with chlamydia to save your feelings. You know, he's doing you a favor, you ungrateful asshole. But it's this like romanticization of sociopathy, right? Like, of course you'd rather lie than get in trouble. Yeah.
And you should be happy about that.
Yeah,
No, don't worry. I'll never tell you about it.
It is
thank you.
easier to just take the easy way out, right? But it's just fascinating to be this upfront and like seemingly proud about it, and to think that it's like the novel, like it's
The high road.
Yeah, exactly. That's how they're presenting it, and it's ridiculous.
So you're just gonna brazenly cheat on me and not even hide it? No. I'll hide it. Not well, but I'll just lie brazenly to your face. Don't worry. You're welcome. She want a break, and I get that. She trying to leave. Told me she, said that she leaving. She wanna, I'm off a bean. It's getting me, So she's not into his open lying?
Yes.
And banging other women? So she's gonna go, and he's like, yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't have told you the part where I'm gonna lie to your face.
Again, he's lying for her sake, right? He says in here he doesn't want to break her heart. But like,
I'm doing this for you.
Yeah. Again, like he says, I'd rather tell you a lie than tell you the truth and leave you stuck. How are you going to take it this far? Baby, know that you fuck with a star, right? So he's saying, listen, it's kind of your fault. I'm a star, so I get, extra special treatment. It's almost as if he's like, they went on a trip together, and he's just like, listen, I can lie and we can pretend this is fine, or I can leave you here in Prague. And I mean, your passport's in my bag, so I don't know what you're gonna do. I mean, I do know it's sexual slavery, but we can, again, we're lying about the situation. So
good lord, I don't know if it's like that at all.
It's exactly like that. So I'm sorry, you had a fun theory about this song?
I don't know anymore. Song continues. She bend right back, then we bool. At the top, we could swim in the pool, yeah. In the penthouse, I'm loving on you. Said she fucking with me, yeah. Oh, I'd lie to you than lose though. Oh, I'd lie to you than lose and break your heart. I'd rather tell you a lie than tell you the truth and leave you stuck.
Right, stuck in Prague.
Right. No, that makes sense. We could have a big fight here and I could storm off and you could just get stuck. Or you could shut the fuck up and believe my terrible lie. She bend right back, then we bool. That's cool, but because he has an association with the Bloods, he says bool? That's ridiculous. Maybe more ridiculous than the vampire stuff.
Yes, especially since his name is Playboi Carti.
Playboi Barty. Better name.
Yeah.
Bagged me a cougar, I'm younger. I'm digging deep like a plunger. Gross. I took her panties up off her. Opposite always attract. How you happy, then get mad. Banged a cougar, and on their last break, she found out that he banged. Oh, I see. Yeah. I'm thinking he maybe banged a cougar on their last break, and now she's found out, and he's like, wait, why are you mad? We finally got back together.
The cougar might be who he's dating. I think he's referring to Miss Azalea. And, the cheating he allegedly did on her.
I see. Song wraps up with, I'ma crash out cause you mine. I'ma pull up, get behind you. All of that ass, let me bite that.
Did you look up the Genius annotation for all of that ass, let me bite that?
No.
It simply says, Playboi Carti likes to eat ass.
I hate you for bringing that to the
Fair
show.
enough.
Give you my card, tell you, swipe that. It wasn't you, it's me. It ain't me, it's you. I know it's hard to see, but I'd rather lie than lose. Is she a prostitute? Oh, I see. Any doubt you may have about the things I just told you, smother it in gifts. Here's my credit card.
Yeah.
Just every time you want to say, where were you last night? Swipe this.
That's
Track
nice.
number 9, fine shit.
Don't say you ride for me, little bitch, you ride. Don't say you die for me, little bitch.
Start off ridiculously auto-tuned. This is one of the ones they thought might be somebody named Keith Lawson, with AI making it into Playboi Carti.
Wait. Huh?
Keith Lawson, Garrett, is who
Yes, I heard you.
the internet, my Reddit people believe is singing on this song, and then it's auto-tuned and AI'd into Playboi Carti.
That sounds like way more work than just recording Playboi Carti.
I mean, this guy sucks, Garrett. Listen, okay, let me ask you this. You're the producer of this song. You've got to wrangle Playboi Carti into doing his stupid baby voice and singing this, or you've got a professional named Keith Goddamn Lawson who can just do it, and then you just AI it, and it's fine.
It's like Tom Hanks's brother doing Woody for all the TV shows.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. I mean, you know what? Honestly, what you just described makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, because I don't want to hang
No.
out with this guy.
It also aligns with, I suspect at least one of the producers on this song is quite talented, based solely on his name, Keanu Beats. That's fucking rad. Song begins. Hey, my bitch so bad, she can't even go outside. My bitch so bad, she can't even post online, huh? Don't say you ride for me, little bitch, just ride. Don't say you die for me, little bitch, just die.
I wouldn't have thought that Playb could have improved on the phrase actions speak louder than words, but I will admit, don't say you ride for me, little bitch, just ride, is more eloquent.
I kind of like it, and don't be shocked when I say it to you in public. Now, Tim, do we think this bitch even exists? She's so bad she can't even go outside?
That's
can't post
interesting.
anything online?
Yeah.
Sounds a lot like my girlfriend from Canada.
Yeah, she's so hot, I can't even bring her around, or you guys would just hit on her too much. That's why I keep her, she just stays up in Canada, and I visit her there.
Listen, you guys should be fucking thanking me, okay? Because you'd all be standing in this fucking room right now with huge boners, okay? And you want that? That's fucking embarrassing. So I told her she had to stay home. She wanted to come. She's crying right now because you guys have fucking boners for her all the time.
Yeah.
I don't think she's real, dude.
That's one possibility, right? She might be too attractive to go outside without being hounded by the boners, as you say. Now,
Right.
the can't post online bit makes me think, so obviously it's probably a liar, or she is just such a contemptible asshole that everything she does just earns a ton of hate. Like, maybe she's like a flat earther or some sort of like Nazi sympathizer, and he's bemoaning the fact that everywhere they go, she's just getting hassled for her loathsome beliefs, and it just has to deal with that. People just constantly
A
like,
lot of
hey,
hot
fuck you.
takes.
Yeah. She's the sort of lady that if they do go out together, she's getting him in a fight.
Oh, God.
You better fucking say you're sorry or my man's gonna kick your ass.
I am not gonna do that. Dude, that's a tough time in college.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I saw that happen and just wanted to be like, oh, no.
Yeah, and not one of them had one of them monkey nuts ready to go. Because if you do, problem solved.
Don't solve your problems with guns.
Hold on, Garrett. Hold on. Unless it's a problem that needs to be solved by a gun, right? Like, because, for example, you solve a lot of problems with guns. Now, granted, they're not your
listen.
problems. You're solving them
No.
on behalf
No.
of the United States, sometimes
No.
foreign governments. You.
Stop. This is so much to bleep. This is so much to bleep. You know there are aspects of my job that I can't discuss anywhere.
Sure.
And everything you said's wrong.
You're not discussing them. If
Gino, mark it down.
Do you want me to tell them what you're actually up to?
Sure.
Incorrect. You do not.
Take one pill out in Ibiza, now she a fiend, yeah. So we accidentally got this poor woman addicted to pills, and so she can't go outside any longer. Makes a lot of sense. In New York, I stepped in my Timbs. I can't feel my limbs. I just canceled one of my shows to watch me a film. I got a hoe that's still so bad, gotta put her on film. I bought that hoe a lot of clothes, but she love her skims. The money gon' talk. Curious. Okay, so he goes to New York. He's stepping out in his Timberlands. I used to have a pair of Timberlands. Weird choice. I can't feel my limbs. I guess he's high on God knows what. Just canceled one of my shows to watch me a film. Now, listen, that's a shit move. But Over the pandemic, I got the opportunity to rent an entire movie theater and watch films by myself. And I felt maybe the happiest I've ever felt as an adult. I think canceling an entire concert just to go watch a movie might be the same level of joy.
Now, would I be invited to that film, or will it be like these theaters that you rented that I was not allowed to join you at?
Depends. Were you coming to the show?
Maybe. I mean, I assume that I am the
In the show?
second.
Probably.
I'm the second of the Texas Toasts, low T.
Yeah, we'll see. You haven't made the last couple of practices.
Probably because you're calling them practices.
What do you mean? Your band has to practice.
No, Garrett, not our band.
See, now that's the problem. Track number 10, Backdoor, featuring Kendrick Lamar and Jenny Aiko?
I think you're saying Jaheni.
Jaheni Aiko. There it is, Jaheni Aiko.
Know you feel nauseous. Bitches best stay in a place, move around with caution.
This is just about being rich, right? I think Kendrill is too good to be on this song, as he always is, but it's just about these idiots being rich and kind of being dickheads.
Yeah, they really do just list shit they have.
Yeah.
It's not great. Let's see here.
And here's another thing, right? We were saying if this came out in 95, if this may as well be code with the nonsense that this is. Let me throw that. So let's go. She's a good girl. Tell her, let go. She can't take it. I'm a monster. No more. Sha. Play with the munions, Dior, huh? Live life on the hill like a senior. Don't play with me, gangster. I don't see ya. I stay with a 10, she Aaliyah. It's a whole bunch of dubs. We and Cheetah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't, he doesn't cotton to nobodies. He's got a 10 for a lady, and I think he is doing some subtle wordplay, replacing thoughts with dots because they are in the Atlanta strip club Cheetahs. Tim, I've spent too much time with this.
I don't care about any of them.
Let's see. They talk about diamonds.
Oh, we get it. This is the most embarrassing thing on this album. Vamp life, spooky. Vamp life, spooky. Yeah. Now, this is when we find out. So Plabe is Vamp, right? He is Vamp life. And apparently Kendrill is spooky. So these are two grown adult men who want me to be scared of them, who refer to each other as Vamp life and spooky.
It honestly makes your DJ name, DJ Soft Nanners, like way less silly.
Absolutely. This is embarrassing, right? Like what if the podcast audience found out that, like, if we just let slip that you call me Vamp and I call you spooky? Like,
yeah, we would lose what few listeners we have. Right. And rightfully so.
And you know what? Honestly, we might have to hunt them down to prevent anyone else from finding out about this.
Yeah, that's
anyone
ridiculous.
That heard it, you're going down.
And then we give each other a little 3-finger handshake. Oh, Tim, I watched Owen Wilson do it, and I was just like, Owen, no, you're like 55.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah. He refers to himself as Osama again.
Yes.
I like that we get another UBL reference.
Track number 11, Toxic, featuring Skepta. Okay, this is the one where he cuts himself off a bunch.
Yes. And this is also the one where it sounds like his tongue was stuck by at least 2 hornets, right?
Yeah, it's like all the words are cut off. So the lyrics are, the mosh pit real toxic. But he says, mesh pit retati.
It is kind of a Cartman without the high voice, but yeah.
Right. The mosh pit real toxic. I got too much profit. I got too much profit. Oh, does he that on that too?
At least on some of them, yeah.
Okay, so he's too rich to get into the mosh pit because people would almost certainly beat him savagely and take his jewels.
Yeah.
I just spent the block. Sheesh. I just got a brand new Jeep. And I bought an SRT. And I bought an AMG. Okay, lots here. So, it's strange that people are willing to spend the kind of money that it costs to get an SRT. But at the end of the day, you've just bought a Dodge.
Yeah.
Like, don't buy a $200,000 Dodge anything.
Yeah.
Don't buy a $90,000 Dodge anything.
Come at us, Dodge.
Bring it, Stellantis. You people are a mess. I could have turned your business around in 10 minutes. Step 1, fucking sell Maserati. Nobody wants it. Anyway.
Now, I assume assume that you're turning their business around would be 2 selective visits from Garrett.
Hey, listen, I would clean house. I just fucked a brand new freak. And she got them titties did. And she got that ass did. I don't actually have any comments aside from that those lines legitimately made me laugh.
Yeah. The problem with this song, though, is that Skepta shows up just to point out that Playb is terrible at this, right? All he has to do, because he's not that great. Like, Skepta just kind of raps coherently, sort of. I mean, I will say I do like his British accent.
Yes. Yeah, but he is just adequate.
Right. And he makes Playb look like absolute trash.
Just to be clear, you're saying Playb.
Yes.
Okay.
It's Playboy. So Playb, yes.
Try to rep my gang, you not my gang, I might just take you. Homicide, we killing everything. We keep it gangster. I don't think you should have a song where you announce that you are a gang and you are killing everyone.
No, you shouldn't. I need $1 million. I need €1 million. I need £1 million. Your wifey ringing me down. She said I was trash. You're feeling me now. Playboy, tell him I broke America. Big in the East. I'm big in the West. I'm big in the South. Big rocks. They jump out the house. He believes himself. This is, of course, Skepta now. He believes himself to be very big in the US, to be quite a big thing.
I think he's saying like the East and West of the UK, which is like, I don't know, 3,800 people. Good job.
Okay, interesting. But he also at some point says, let's see, this ain't community service, but I came in with them street sweepers, which is, of course, a semi-automatic shotgun. So that makes me think not British.
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know. Track number 12, Munyon.
Put it on the floor. Came a long way, still can't believe I made for us.
Was this censored for you?
Yes, that's a stylistic decision, like when we bleep each other.
That's a legal decision.
Oh, I was doing it for goofs.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate your saving me. Yeah.
Okay, I have a legitimate question. That double cup love, I need me some more. She send me some when she get bored. Buy it in cash, put it on the floor. Came a long way. Still can't believe I made Forbes. Is he buying lean or sex from this girl?
I think sex with lean.
Ooh, listeners write in, hatePodMail@gmail.com. What's that called? And order me too.
Actually, listeners do write in. If you enjoy this, write in. Defend this song to me. Because this song sucks.
Yeah, it's not good. In fact, it's kind of hard to read because it's bleeped. I got bleep from me. They ain't ever played on the court. Big bleep over here. Yours looking short.
And it's not even bleeped, it's dropped.
Yeah, it's just dropped. I don't know. Let us not continue on this song. We must continue moving. Track 13, named after the hit Jason Statham film Crank.
Free third. Free third. Free third.
Seriously, why is this called Crank?
Shouldn't it be called anything?
That's fair.
Shouldn't it be called Diarrhea Mustache?
It basically is.
Get into it. Back in the day, we used to play. Now we so older, my bitches are older. Swampizzo. I like this song. I can follow a thread here. He is getting older and he isn't interested in dealing with the immature bullshit of his younger years. He's dating older, more mature women.
Absolutely.
Great.
He's not interested in childish things. He's a vampire rock star who's dating a 29-year-old and maybe allegedly choking some people.
With a secret handshake.
Yes.
My bitches are pop. Ooh, my vibes are top floors. And let me stop there. This is not slang. It's nonsense. My bitches are pop. No one is saying that. My vibes are top floors.
I get that, right?
This is more ridiculous than Be Well and other ridiculous nonsense from Demolition Man. Wow, what were some of the other ones? Murder, death, kill?
Murder, death,
just
kill
use one word.
Great.
Why would you have three? It's the same word. A murder, death, kill. But saying my vibes are top floors are either you are on ketamine or you're an alien.
I think he forgot like penthouse. He forgot the word for that or something. And like just
like the top floors.
Yeah.
I don't know what you mean, Playboy.
Yeah, this one, though, is just Playb saying free throw. At least the chorus is Playb just saying free throw while Swampy, DJ Swamp Izzo, is just shouting his name out in the background over and over and over again. It's just, again, it's just free throw, Swamp, free throw, Swamp.
Oh, it's great. The Swamp.
Yeah. And do you think that he tricked Playb into giving him final edit on this album and just like put those in here?
Yes.
Okay.
I think he just put it in afterwards.
Yeah. According to the internet.
Okay, hold on, hot take. Worse album without it.
Yes, because it's less entertaining. Like that at least gives you something to focus on.
Yeah, I also think it would feel less balanced. I think it would have a weird poetry over beats thing.
I don't think it would have that at all.
Not good poetry. Just, like you're just reading stream of consciousness.
But like if you've had a severe anoxic brain injury.
Yeah. Like
not a
maybe
stroke.
You came up too quick from the
global hypoxic ischemic injury.
Right, you came up from like deep under the ocean real fast.
Yeah.
And you lived, but there.
Yeah. According to the internet, these tracks, I'm quoting here, feature aggressive ad-libs from DJ Swamp Izzo, which of course are yes sir, let's go Swamp and alive. I feel like I do more on the production end of this podcast than DJ Swamp Izzo contributes like vocally to this, and I don't know how to use editing software.
Yeah, it's phenomenal that you ever get something over to me, but you do it every week. It's fucking shocking. Let's see, we end with a backhanded compliment to a prostitute. God, that might be the album cover. Backhanded compliment to a prostitute.
Yeah, I feel like he's writing checks to prostitutes.
Yeah, but listen to this. Yeah, actually, I didn't even clock that. That is strange. She want the check before the neck. Respect. Backhanded compliment. At the end of the day, you're still giving her is it demeaning to write a check? What does that memo section say? Dicks?
I mean, what ours say when I send you Venmos?
Dude, that shit has... Okay, Mr. Funny Guy, you want to know why there's a limit on your Venmo? Because the stupid notes you put in the shit you exclusively send me.
That's probably fair.
God damn. You think the government's not looking at that?
Make it private.
You think at a bare minimum, Venmo is looking at that and just like, fuck this guy.
I always say it's completely legal.
Yeah, after you list several crimes that it's for.
I'm going to start listing neck in there.
I'll decline payment.
Excellent. I'm okay with that. And again, to our younger listeners, even if you're somewhere that it is legal, prostitution should remain a cash business, right? Like, do not use things that have a record to purchase a lady of the evening. It's just not smart.
Yeah, well, where it's legal, I think that's fine.
Well, but I still don't think you want it on your record there.
Oh, for like insurance purposes.
Maybe.
They can look at your purchase history, Tim.
Oh my God.
Oh, at what price, Tim? This is unrelated prostitute talk now. At what price does a prostitute become a flex? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
I think it's $5,000, maybe 10.
Maybe.
Listeners, write at hatePodMail@gmail.com. If you're purchasing a lady of the evening or a gigolo, what do you think is like we're not talking high end. We're talking like super high end.
Like, yeah,
not Sultan of Brunei. That's ridiculous. But like at the point where you'd be like, you'd want to tell someone.
Right. Yeah. You go from hiding it to bragging about it.
Yes.
I think
it's $10,000. You have not put a number out there.
I don't know. I don't know what the number is, Garrett. I am less familiar with this business than you. Now, I'm not saying obviously that you're out there.
That.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you interact with a lot of them.
Wow.
What
does that mean?
No, again, because you often have to navigate the underworld to get your dark business done.
Why did you have to end with the dark business?
Speaking of, Garrett, track number 14, Charge Dem Hoes a Fee with Future and Travis Scott.
Charge them hoes a fee. Charge them hoes a fee.
Crush.
Okay, we start off by a bunch of nonsense by Future, and it sounds like he's been huffing argon.
I love that that's your point of reference. I was going to say chopped and screwed because I'm 40. Huffing argon. Listener, we joke around quite a bit on this show. If you take nothing else from the entire length of this show, not this episode, the show, don't huff argon.
Completely disagree. It'll be fine for you.
What?
It will. It's a noble gas.
I mean, I'm fond of it as well, but I wouldn't call it noble.
Let me do a quick Google here, Ro.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you one way or the other. Later, when I see you, I'm
okay,
smiling.
So here's the deal. It's fine to do as long as it's a well-ventilated area, and also we're saying it's not fine to do. It can kill you.
There we go.
But
I don't know what your point is.
It's
That's
like,
full stop.
It's the opposite of helium.
Don't do that either.
Let me ask Quora. Breathing argon
don't
is
ask Quora
perfectly
anything.
safe. Breathing argon is perfectly safe as long as there is enough oxygen as well. However, it can be fatal.
I am displeased by your Quora reading. I don't know. If there is a Satan, he owns Quora.
There is, and he doesn't.
I can't tell you how many times I've Googled something, clicked on the top result, read it, and been like, okay. And then I look and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm on Quora. I gotta start over.
Yeah.
They don't know anything.
Yeah, so this is a song, I think they're pimps.
Ooh.
And they bang women, they like watches. This is all according to a very sleepy Future. And then they charge the hoes a fee, right? The whole chorus here is charge them hoes a fee, whoa. Some variation of that, repeated probably 14 times in a row.
You know, it's remarkable. I never once wrote down charge them hoes a fee.
Yeah.
Huh. Hold on. We got to get into this because there's a couple of things that deserve our attention. We open up with feel like fucking these rackies off. Your hoe fucking a rapper. Whoa. Your hoe been fucking a trapper. Your hoe been fucking a trapper. I don't get into the chatter. Pimpin' ain't dead. They cappin'. Okay. So yes, they might be a couple of 1-2 pimps. Definitely in 2025. What is it? April 2025. I think the term cap has been retired. I don't think anyone's saying it anymore. This will age poorly or already has. Let's see. What else do we have here? Pretty little model runs straight through the crew. Jumping in Prada bitch tying my shoe. Take off her mink on the Patek. She goated. That throat is a goat. You know how it go. So, some sort of shared girlfriend, like a sister girl. No, that's not the right word. I feel like these guys have like a group lady.
Like a hoe.
You know what I mean? Interesting. Fine. And she is praised for her throating.
Absolutely. She is the goat. And again, I think that they're talking about their rightful 85% overhead as her pimp.
Wow. I love that. Okay. And then for the second time on this album, I feel like I'm being mocked for listening to it.
Is it the interlude?
It is. In the middle of the chorus, we get thumb through dog shit, yeah. Thumb through dog shit. Thumb through chicken shit, yeah. Thumb through cow shit.
This is the point where I think that maybe Alyssa asked us to do this and she knew. Right? This isn't on accident.
Like she hates us?
Yeah.
Alyssa, why do you hate us? What did we do? We try to entertain. For nothing. We ask nothing. Rate, review, subscribe, send a funny email. Is that so much? Make us listen to this shit?
Yeah, but
you were going to make us listen to 15 more of these.
Yeah, we're not doing that, by the way.
That is not happening. I might unlisten to the first 15. I don't even know what that means.
You know what, Alyssa?
We might Van Gogh this shit.
You're banned for a month.
Oh! Alyssa, I didn't see that coming. Technically, I could veto it. I'm not gonna.
And then Travis...
Don't you listen.
Garrett, Travis Scott shows up to brag about how much he spent on a stage, presumably to keep him out of the trampling zone he likes to create when he allegedly murders in a ritualistic fashion to open up a portal to space.
To space? What would be the reason for that?
Cthulhu, Garrett. That's where he lives.
He said I thought it was the ocean.
I think it's a spatial ocean. An ocean in space is what I'm saying.
Sure. Driving through the city looking for a what? I'll put his head in a bag. I stay bumming, yeah, that's me. But he don't know I got a mask. Some sort of gun Batman or revenge Batman. Unclear.
Shotgun Batman.
There it is. I learned something in this song. So he says, all my hoes on the Roxys. Yeah. And I was like, what is that? Obviously, it's obviously a reference to oxycodone, but I looked up why Roxys. Do you know that? I'm sure you know this. Brand name, Roxycodone.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to take Roxycodone?
It sounds awesome. It makes you rock. Yeah.
So great. How could anybody deny a Roxycodone?
Yeah, I'm super into it.
I feel like you could sue them just for naming it that.
Should be able to.
Let's continue. Final song, track number 15. Good Credit featuring Kendrick Lamar.
I fought the crazy. I fought the crazy. The crazy. Pass out them babies.
This starts off with a sample of a skit from something called Professor Jug and Blake the Great about, I think, credit card fraud at Home Depot.
Absolutely it does, about using a stolen social security number to open a credit card at Home Depot and then buying a whole bunch of shit on it before they figure out that you are not the person you said you are.
Yes.
What I love about this is that the skit is, of course, as you said, it's by Blake the Great and Professor Jug. Professor Jug, sadly, was incarcerated at the time of the song's release, but they did send a promo video from jail.
Yeah, of course they did. I like that they have the same opinion on kissing that you do. Oh, piercings all on my lips. You know I can't kiss no hoe. And here's the thing. He's a hard no on kissing, just like you. But unlike you, who will just tell a hoe that you don't do that, he got a bunch of lip piercings as an excuse because he is too cowardly to just say he hates kissing, while Garrett, the much braver man, has no problem letting a hoe know.
I just don't understand the point. You're trying to, swap souls? It's unclear.
I think also that he has taken so much Molly that at this point he feels weird when he's not on it. He says,
Yes.
I'm an alien off that Molly. I see stars, I see space, which is not the place you want to be. Molly, again, does not count as a drug, but don't take too much.
I assume that you can kill yourself with it.
Oh, yeah. Especially if you don't drink enough water.
Oof. Ugh. Don't you get the serotonin sickness? Isn't that a thing?
I mean,
that's what they call it.
You exhaust your serotonin and dopamine reserves, but that's not going to kill you. That's just going to make you feel real bad for a while.
Fair
Days.
Having it my way like Usher, dog. Red and blue diamonds like Gusher, dog. Up score on your fellas like Rucker, dog. I prefer Kendrick Lamar, and he's still not even doing a very good job on this song.
It was weird, because again, he should be too good for this. He's the much better rapist, but he doesn't have anything of value to say either. So
yeah, he's phoning it in.
Yeah, he's saving his better stuff for not this album, which I understand, but I don't understand why you'd lend your good name to this. I know he's not poor.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I don't get it. Gotta make it's probably political to some degree. There's a lot of beefs out there, Tim.
Maybe.
Don't want to be starting beefs.
Maybe.
All right, how did this do?
Pretty damn well. This hit number 1 on the Australian, Austrian, Canadian, Czech, Danish, Hungarian, Icelandic, Lithuanian, New Zealand, Norwegian, Portuguese, Slovakian, Swiss, UK, and US charts, but the heroes in the Dutch, it only made it to number 2 in the Dutch. Well done, the Dutch. It got 134 million streams on Spotify the day it came out, making it the 7th most streamed album in a single day ever, and was the biggest streaming week since Taylor Swift released something more listenable and more banal in 2024. All 30 songs debuted on the Hot 100.
That's insane.
Yep.
They're so bad.
Each and every one of them is, and this is true, trash.
What do people think of it?
Well, Garrett, after all this time, I may have forgotten how to look up Amazon reviews, but the digital and vinyl versions, I could only find 2 combined reviews. They were both 5 out of 5 stars, and Garrett, they were both from the same person, who I kind of suspect might be Playboi himself, as it is somebody that only has 3 reviews, and the third one is for a different Playboi Carti album, and I did a search of this guy's username on Google, and it's just a bunch of people accusing him of being a bot, or a Carti glazer, or a Carti dick rider on X and Twitch. Here are the 2 reviews, Garrett. It's somebody named Ya0. The first one is called 34 out of 34. The review says 34 out of 34. Playboi Carti is unstoppable. He's coming for that Grammy. 5 out of 5 stars.
There's no way this gets a Grammy.
The second, it better not. God damn it, it better not.
If this gets a Grammy, mark my words, I will get a Grammy.
I hope this somehow wins Best Oscar for Original Song over Diane Warren. The next review by the same person, Ya0, is called 30 for 30 on this album. This is easily the greatest album of 2025 and of all time. Thank you, Playboi Carti. 5 out of 5 stars.
That's so delusional. That's definitely Playboi Carti.
Yeah. One more. This is a YouTube. This is from Muhammad Sumbul H1B from 1 month ago. My wife passed away at 54 in 1981. This was her favorite song. We played it at every family celebration. I still cry every time I hear it.
Is this, wait, huh?
It's a bit, Garrett. These are people that presumably listen to the show and are writing comments for us now.
I respect it.
Fair enough.
God, also that would make him 90. Who's this for?
Ya0.
Everyone but us, apparently.
No, just Ya0.
Listeners, write in. Do you actually like any of this? It's really bad.
It is bad. Write in if you like it and tell us if you feel bad about liking it, as you should, because this is trash.
This is trash.
Garrett, we should have rule of 11 to this, right? Doing 15 songs, doing half of this is overly ambitious in retrospect. Again, we will not be doing the second half of this next week. We're not going to be doing that deluxe edition. Hopefully no one expected that. I will will admit I'm curious about the song Cocaine Nose, but I know for a fact it's not going to have anything to do with the title, so I'm fine to not know.
Fantastic. Tim, do you hate it?
I do, yes. This is not for me. It might be targeted at me. It seems to be exactly what I don't want, and I do hate it. What about you?
Yes, I'm sick of it. Alrighty. As always, rate, review, subscribe, write in, hatePodMail@gmail.com, Twitter's album HatePod, Instagram's HatePod. We've got subreddits, Discord servers. I'm G Harvey Tweets on Twitter. That's about it. Reach out. We want to hear your thoughts, your opinions, your ideas, your suggestions, your weird stories. Do you love this album? Are you a psychopath? Do you gaslight women into thinking that lying to their face is better than knowing the truth? Whatever you're into. We want to hear about it. But for this week, last week, and hopefully a little of next, I've been one of your hosts, Garrett Harvey.
I have been the other host, Timothy P. Richardson, and on January 14th, 2015, Garrett P. Harvey said, it's not technically an execution because a robot did it.
That's right.
There's cowboys running through my dreams. Nothing's quite the way it seems. I joined the Navy, got kicked out in a week. My facial features aren't distinct. Try to find some meaning in these songs. The genius is a genius, got it wrong. No, it's a lobster murder sex thing. It's the bleaching of the rear. A full assault on both your ears. The riffs are too repetitive. The lyrics make no sense. All the songs are B-sides. The cover art's a mess. Listen to it for a week. Now that week has passed. It's the Why I Hate This Album podcast with Tim and Garrett.
We are Podcast.